Alright, so here's a video about 4.7 using congruent triangles. By definition, congruent triangles have congruent corresponding parts. So once you've proven triangles congruent, all the corresponding parts are congruent. So that leads into corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent, or shorthand CPCTC. If two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding parts are congruent. What you're going to do is list all the parts and angles and sides that are congruent based on the given congruent statement in the figure. This is like what we've already done before. So angles, angle R is congruent to angle X. Angle S is congruent to angle Z. Angle T is congruent to angle Y. And then if you do sides, segment RS is congruent to segment XZ. Segment ST is congruent to segment ZY. Excuse me. And segment RT is congruent to segment XY. Use the given information to prove that the parts of the kite are congruent. So we have a proof that we're going to do. With this proof, we're going to mark things first after we write down our statements. So, statements, and then reasons. One is going to be given. One is that GK segment bisects angle FGH and angle FKH. So with this, we're going to have two different sets of angles that are going to be created. I am going to color code them. So FGH is going to be pink, and FKH is going to be orange. So GK bisects FGH. FGH, so this angle is going to be congruent to this angle. By bisecting, that's what it means. And then this angle of FKG is going to be congruent to HKG. So with that, I'm going to put those down into a statement. We use bisects, so that's going to be definition of a bisector. And I'm going to write down each part. So once again, starting with the pink, FGK, so angle FGK, and angle HGK are congruent. And same thing with my orange ones, with FKH being bisected, FKG is congruent to angle HKG. So that's my bisector, and that was using my given. So now I don't have anything else but looking here at the shared side between my triangles. And since I want to prove that FK and HK are congruent, FK is up here, HK is down here, I got to prove these triangles congruent first. So number 3, I have GK is congruent to KG, and my reason is reflexive property of congruence, so POC. And now that I have that, here I have angle, side, angle, so I have triangle FGK is congruent. If I start with F, go G to K, I'm going to have to start with H, go to G, and go to K. And like I said, that reason is angle, side, angle. And now that these triangles are proven congruent, I can say all the parts are congruent, so I can now state, step 5, that FK is congruent to HK. and that's going to be by CPCTC. Congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And there's your first proof.